Okay, I hope that this video is going to come through with decent lighting. It's always a little harder in my one spot of my home. Okay, I want to talk pedigree and what happened last night during the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight, because that's on the topic of many conversations today, because it was quite entertaining and exciting. But from a boxing connoisseur standpoint, I want to break it down a little bit so those of you that don't understand boxing so much can understand the different analogies of what kind of happened throughout that fight. And besides the fact that Anthony Joshua almost knocked Jake Paul out cold, why it led up to that moment, okay? So, first things first is that Jake Paul, he did a phenomenal job, because this isn't easy after being years in the gym and training all these heavyweights and light heavyweights and that. How slick he moved with his feet and did really well with the defensive and evasive, and then the countering and like that peekaboo jab that he did. That was really, really great. He set that up. You could see his game plan, even though I don't really follow all that stuff on social media, because even though I love boxing, it's just a bunch of entertainment hype, even though Jake Paul is a genius. Okay, let me get to my point. What I'm saying is that you could see what Jake Paul's game plan with Joshua is, with that peekaboo jab and trying to get him frustrated and throwing him off his game with that fancy footwork, slipping, smiling, sticking his tongue out. You know, Jake Paul kind of typical, I'm going to say showboating behavior, okay? That's what we call it, showboating behavior. Here's where things started to go wrong for Jake Paul. And this is what I said in the post here that I'm saying about is pedigree of boxing, okay? Because Anthony Joshua has such pedigree and years under his belt. I mean, besides the fact that a big weight difference and height difference, I mean, that's, you know, if you have a good reach and you know how to use it, this is where it started to come out, and this is where Jake Paul's experience also was exploited massively, okay? Because if you watched, I don't remember what round exactly now, you know, he's getting in there, and then he's starting, Anthony Joshua's weight was getting to him, and he's starting to slip and hold, and he just looked like a complete amateur, okay? Is because Jake Paul didn't have, or does not have, the pedigree behind him to understand how to handle those situations, how to ground himself on the inside and work off of there and not get so tired. Because in the end, when he said it was my cardio, to work on my cardio more, and I called out BS, because it's not so much about cardio, it's having the right training partners in there and the pedigree behind you to know how to work those things, ideally during fights, but you train them in the gym when you're getting tired and you're working on the inside, and you know how to keep your legs underneath you, and you do your pummeling, and you know how to be defensive on the pummeling, even if your opponent is bigger than you, okay? And that begins first in the gym, but also second in years of experience, and that's where Anthony Joshua really exposed him and eventually capitalized on him, because that's it, and that's what's like, you know. But it was entertaining, and I hope it entertained lots of people and brought a lot of people into boxing. And like most events, it's always the women's bouts that always like massively gave heart. And so I gave a shout out already to Amanda Galley, and then because that was awesome undercard, and it wasn't filmed on Netflix. So I'll put the link below. A couple links there below, but I'll put that link below to the YouTube channel so you rewatch if you're curious to see that, because that was a clinic war. That was great. Loved it, man. Amanda had some serious heart, and it could have so close to go her way, but obviously I'm a little biased. Okay, so also in terms of boxing itself, what do you call it? It's not like boxing goes so far beyond all the entertainment and fancy dancy, you know, fireworks and all that was going on last night. In terms of fitness and well-being and mindset, you don't have to have contact and blood like we saw last night on the show. And so if you're one of those people who are over 40 and you're looking for a new year, new you, to work on your strength, energy, focus, and balance, Okay, I'm doing a New Year, New You boxing masterclass January 1st online and January 3rd in person St. John's. And I'll throw that link down below too after this live. Okay, if you learned anything from this video, please comment below what you learned on it. All right, hope everybody's having a great Saturday, ramping up for the holidays here, and taking it present and taking some breaths and not flopping around and flailing around like Jake Paul was last night on that card. Take some breath, compose yourself, use those legs. You can do it. Breathe. Coach Lita out.